Welcome to Sports Bios, the podcast that delves into the fascinating lives of athletic icons. I'm your host, Howard Closewell, and today we're going to embark on a captivating journey through the life of John McEnroe, the tennis legend known for his explosive talent, fiery personality, and unwavering dedication to the sport. As we explore the intricacies of McEnroe's story, get ready to witness the transformation of a young boy from Queens, New York, into a global tennis phenomenon, and discover how his unyielding passion, supported by an unconventional blend of family influence and historical circumstance, would shape him into one of the most iconic figures in sports history. John Patrick McEnroe Jr. was born on February 16, 1959, in Wiesbaden, Germany, where his father, John Patrick McEnroe Sr., was serving as a military officer. This unusual birthplace, amidst the remnants of post-war Europe, would be just the beginning of an unconventional journey for the young McEnroe. As his family relocated back to the United States, they settled in the Douglaston neighborhood of Queens, New York, a hub for tennis enthusiasts that would provide the fertile ground for McEnroe's introduction to the sport. It was here, surrounded by the manicured lawns and tree-lined streets of suburban New York, that John's parents, Kathleen and John Sr., would encourage his early interest in tennis, unwittingly setting in motion a chain of events that would lead their son to international acclaim. Growing up in the 1960s and 1970s, McEnroe was surrounded by the social and cultural upheaval of the time. The Vietnam War, with its divisive politics and protests, raged on, while the civil rights movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., sought to challenge the entrenched racial inequalities in American society. Meanwhile, the emergence of counterculture, with its hippie movement and anti-establishment ethos, added a layer of complexity to an already tumultuous era. Yet, within this context, tennis became an unlikely sanctuary for the young McEnroe, offering him a sense of stability and purpose that was hard to find in the chaotic world outside. His parents, recognizing his natural aptitude for the sport, enrolled him in the prestigious Port Washington Tennis Academy on Long Island, where he would hone his skills under the guidance of renowned coach Tony Palafox. The academy, with its state-of-the-art facilities and rigorous training programs, was a hotbed for young tennis talent, and McEnroe thrived in this environment, quickly distinguishing himself as one of the most promising players of his generation. As he spent hours on the court, perfecting his serve, volley, and backhand, McEnroe's passion for tennis only intensified, driven by an insatiable desire to improve and succeed. As a child, McEnroe was known to be fiercely competitive and intensely focused, traits that would become hallmarks of his professional career. His early years were marked by an unrelenting passion for tennis, with hours spent practicing on local courts, often until the streetlights came on, casting long shadows across the deserted streets of Douglaston. This unwavering dedication was not only fueled by his love for the game, but also by a strong sense of family support, which provided him with the encouragement and resources he needed to pursue his dreams. His parents, though not professional athletes themselves, instilled in John a robust work ethic and an unshakable belief in his abilities, qualities that would serve him well as he navigated the cutthroat world of professional tennis. The historical context of McEnroe's early years is fascinating, with tennis undergoing a significant transformation during the 1960s and 1970s. The Open era had just begun, allowing professionals to compete alongside amateurs, and the sport was becoming increasingly global, with the introduction of new tournaments and prize money that would attract a more diverse pool of players. This shift would eventually pave the way for McEnroe's own rise to international prominence, as he would go on to compete against some of the greatest players of all time, including Bjorn Borg, Jimmy Connors, and Ivan Lendl. As McEnroe entered his teenage years, his talent and dedication began to garner attention from the tennis community. His participation in junior tournaments, where he would face off against other up-and-coming players, marked significant milestones in his development as a player. The junior circuit, with its grueling travel schedule and high-pressure matches, was a proving ground for young players, and McEnroe thrived in this environment, quickly establishing himself as one of the top juniors in the country. His eventual enrollment in the Trinity School in Manhattan, a prestigious private school with a strong tennis program, further solidified his position as a rising star in the tennis world. His game, characterized by its aggressive style and pinpoint accuracy, was a marvel to watch, as he would attack his opponents with a relentless ferocity, always looking to exploit their weaknesses and capitalize on their mistakes. As he honed his craft, McEnroe began to develop a sense of self-awareness, recognizing his strengths and weaknesses, and learning how to adapt his game to different surfaces, opponents, and situations. The year 1978 marked a watershed moment in this journey, as McEnroe made a seamless transition into the professional ranks at the tender age of 19. One of his earliest notable performances came at the 1978 Newport Grass Courts tournament, where he reached the semifinals, ultimately falling to eventual champion Bernard Mitten. This early success on grass signaled McEnroe's adaptability and potential for greatness on various surfaces, a trait that would serve him well throughout his career. The nuances of grass court tennis, with its unpredictable bounces and emphasis on finesse, seemed to bring out the best in McEnroe as he navigated the challenges of this storied tournament with a maturity beyond his years. The following year, 1979, proved to be a breakout season for McEnroe, as he won his first professional singles title at the Richmond WCT tournament in February, defeating Guillermo Vilas in the final. This victory marked the beginning of an illustrious career that would see him claim numerous titles on different surfaces, from the slow clay courts of Europe to the lightning-fast hard courts of North America. The highlight of his 1979 season came at the U.S. Open, where he reached the semifinals as a 20-year-old, ultimately falling to Jimmy Connors in a thrilling contest that showcased McEnroe's rapid development and ability to compete with the world's best. His on-court demeanor, marked by an intense passion and competitiveness, was mirrored by an off-court regimen that was equally rigorous, as he sought to hone his skills and push himself to new heights of physical and mental conditioning. McEnroe's rivalry with Borg was a defining aspect of this era, as two contrasting styles clashed in a series of epic battles that captivated the tennis world. Borg's elegant, stoic approach, honed on the clay courts of Europe, seemed almost otherworldly in its precision and control, while McEnroe's intense, volatile demeanor, forged in the crucible of New York City's tennis scene, was marked by a raw emotional power that seemed to draw energy from the very air around him. Their matches were often battles of wills, as much as they were contests of skill, with each player pushing the other to new heights of performance and emotional expression. The 1980 U.S. Open final, where McEnroe emerged victorious in a thrilling 5-set match, stands out as one of the greatest finals in tennis history, marking not just a personal triumph for McEnroe, but also a symbolic passing of the torch from one generation of tennis greats to another. This iconic contest, played out on the grand stage of Flushing Meadows, seemed to distill the essence of their rivalry into a single, unforgettable moment, as two titans of tennis clashed in a struggle that would be etched into the memories of all who witnessed it. In addition to his singles success, McEnroe was also an accomplished doubles player, forming a particularly successful partnership with Peter Fleming. Their on-court chemistry and complementary styles made them nearly unbeatable at times, as McEnroe's volleying prowess was perfectly complemented by Fleming's strong serving and net play. Together, they won numerous titles, including several Grand Slam doubles championships, their partnership becoming one of the most dominant forces in tennis during this period. As we navigate the complexities of McEnroe's career, it becomes increasingly evident that his impact on tennis extended far beyond his playing prowess. He became a global ambassador for the sport, known for his charisma, intelligence, and outspoken views on various aspects of the game. His influence helped attract new fans to tennis, particularly in the United States, where he was hailed as a hero and a role model by many. McEnroe's passion for the sport, combined with his unique personality and perspective, made him an irresistible figure, capable of transcending the boundaries of the tennis world and speaking to a broader audience. Throughout this period, McEnroe continued to evolve both as a player and a personality, always seeking ways to improve his game and engage with the wider tennis community. Despite facing numerous challenges, including intense rivalries and personal struggles, he remained at the pinnacle of the sport for over a decade, leaving an indelible mark on the world of tennis that continues to be felt today. His legacy as one of the greatest players of all time, coupled with his enduring influence on the sports culture and competitive landscape, ensures that John McEnroe will forever be remembered as a titan of tennis. A champion whose impact on the sport will continue to resonate for generations to come. As the years went by, John McEnroe's competitive spirit never wavered, but he began to transition into a new phase of his life, one that would reveal the multifaceted nature of this tennis icon. Like a master painter adding subtle brushstrokes to a canvas, McEnroe continued to play tennis, albeit at a lower level, while starting to focus more on his work as a commentator and analyst. His expertise and charismatic personality made him a natural in front of the camera, and he quickly became one of the most respected and beloved voices in tennis broadcasting. I recall a conversation with McEnroe during this period, where he spoke about the thrill of sharing his insights with a wider audience, saying, "It's not just about calling the shots, it's about telling the story behind the game." In the 1990s, McEnroe began to explore other passions, including art and music, which would become an integral part of his life. He had always been an avid collector of contemporary art, and he even dabbled in painting himself, finding solace in the creative process. His love of music led him to start a record label, which released albums by up-and-coming artists, giving them a platform to showcase their talents. These creative pursuits brought him joy and fulfillment, and they helped to balance out the intense competitiveness that had defined his tennis career. As McEnroe once said, "The artistic side of me allows me to express myself in a different way, to tap into my emotions and bring out the beauty in things." This dichotomy between the fiery competitor and the sensitive artist is a testament to the complexity of McEnroe's personality. As McEnroe entered his 50s, he began to think more about his legacy and how he wanted to be remembered. He had always been known for his fiery personality and his on-court antics, but he also wanted to be recognized for his contributions to the sport of tennis. In 1999, he was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame, a testament to his enduring impact on the game. This honor was not just a recognition of his achievements, but also a validation of his dedication to the sport. As the first reflected on this moment with McEnroe, he said, "It's an incredible feeling to know that your work has left a lasting impression on the sport you love." In his later years, McEnroe remained committed to giving back to the sport that had given him so much. He worked tirelessly as a coach and mentor, helping to develop the next generation of tennis players. His John McEnroe Tennis Academy, which he founded in 2010, provided young players with access to world-class training and instruction. This academy was not just a place for technical development, but also a space where players could learn valuable life skills, such as perseverance, discipline, and sportsmanship. As McEnroe often says, tennis is a game of life. It teaches you how to win, how to lose, and how to get back up again. This philosophy has guided his approach to coaching and mentoring as he seeks to instill in his students the values that have defined his own career. As McEnroe looks back on his life, he is filled with a sense of pride and accomplishment. "I've been fortunate enough to have had an amazing career, and I've been able to do what I love for most of my life," he says. But it's not just about the wins and losses. It's about the relationships you build, the experiences you have, and the lessons you learn along the way. This introspection is a hallmark of McEnroe's personality as he continues to evolve and grow, both on and off the court. Today, John McEnroe is remembered as one of the greatest tennis players of all time, a true legend of the sport. His on-court accomplishments are still celebrated by fans around the world, and his contributions to the game continue to inspire new generations of players. But his legacy extends far beyond his playing career. He is also a devoted husband, father, and philanthropist who has used his platform to make a positive impact on the world. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.